WackMatters is brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial where you can test out Audible's awesome audiobook monthly subscription service. Make sure to go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters.
No fiddle farting around this time, Karsten.
Let's get this bread.
I love this TV show so much. I think this TV show, again, we'll do the whole intro spiel at the beginning. I love this show so much, I really kind of want to cut through a lot of the stupid bullcrap jokes you say at the beginning of these, and this is not as a joke. I'm just very eager to talk about this because I love it so much. So this is Toon In. I am your host, Mark. This is my co-host,
Shaquille O'Neal.
It's Karsten. Thank you for listening. Toon In is the show on WackMatters where we talk about shows that are cartoons, but we believe are not made for only kids, but for all ages. They're very appropriate, but also mature enough for adults to enjoy. We're going over Justice League Justice League Unlimited, not Justice League Animated
Yeah,
series.
get it right, scrub.
Justice League Unlimited. It is maybe my favorite TV show. We're almost done with the first season, and at the end we will go over a different season of TV. If you don't want this to be spoiled for you, either pause it and go watch the first 5 episodes about Dragon Prince, wait till we start a new season of TV, or go back to episode 6 and listen all the way through up, and while you watch them. Otherwise, we're in late game heavy spoilers for this TV show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's jump into it.
So the first
I remember what we get to talk about. It's a troll episode.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if you listen to last week's episode, or if you know what the show's about, it ends on a cliffhanger of Superman about to fight Captain Atom while the Question's super badly injured because he was getting tortured and stuff. But that's not the next episode you see. Is the continuation of that. The next episode you see is a side story thing about Hawkgirl Vigilante and Vixen.
Mm-hmm.
It's real trolly, but real good.
It's entertaining.
It's I think the
almost as entertaining as the Wanger 16,999 Swiss Army knife giant.
I think it is.
The thing has more gear than Batman's utility belt.
I think it's more entertaining, or the entertainment value is added to laughing at them trolling you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, it's a fine enough episode. But Karsten, let's jump into it.
So this episode kind of starts out with Vigilante, Vixen, and Wings going on a special mission to the moon, made of
there's a distress beacon.
Unrefined nth metal. And I guess it's been like
that's
2
what
weeks.
her mace is made out of. If you don't,
it's
remember.
been 2 weeks. Wings is what we're calling Shaira because we can't pronounce hot girl.
Hot girl?
Yeah.
What about hot girl?
Nah.
Wings works.
Nah. If I say hot girl, I'm referring to someone else. So.
They get the distress beacon.
And they're just like, okay, let's go save these people on this moon that's made out of unrefined nth metal.
Green Lantern gets all mad because Vixen is his current girlfriend.
He's got 2 ladies fighting over him.
Wings is his ex-girlfriend, so they both get sent on the same mission to the moon, which is it's pretty fun.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. I hope I never have that problem because that just seems really inconvenient.
That does seem really awkward. Like it'd just be a total bummer.
Yep. So yeah. They show up and they're just like, wait, something's off. I don't see a mining ship. So they go to the mine and they look. Turns out the mine is fake too. It's a trap.
It's a trap. The whole shadow thing was really cool though.
What shadow thing? Please explain.
Okay, so
to our listeners.
Yeah, to our listeners. So like, they walk in the mine, and they walk past it. And it looks a little off. Even as a kid, I didn't know what was wrong, but I was like, that looks a little weird. Essentially, they're walking, and the shadows pass normally as they walk past, but then as far as like the beams that are holding up the mine and stuff like that, the supports, those shadows aren't moving.
The rock shadows are, but the beams aren't.
Yeah, because it's a hologram. They're not actually. There's no mine. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
But like
Thanagarians.
It is obvious enough that you watch it and for a second you're like, that looks weird. Like it looks a little off, but it's not so obvious that you peg it right away, which I think is really smart.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even catch it even after they explained it.
Really?
No.
Oh. Even after they said the shadows and they do the whole moving the light back and forth and the shadow stays in one place, still didn't get it. What shadows? I don't know. What's that?
The rock looks like a normal rock.
It's just. Are they talking about the rocks? Oh, they're getting shot at! Ah! That was Karsten.
I thought it was supposed to be a puppy. What about this Ent metal? Where are the trees?
Oh, heck yeah! I love Lord of the Rings! Yes! Toss the ring of the freaking volcano!
Cast it into the fire, man!
Mount Doom! Oh, dude! My favorite episode of Justice League, when they go to Mount Doom!
And they meet these little guys. And they're just like,
What's
up, dude?
They look like kids to your eyes, but they're actually hobbits or something.
And they're like, they get this jewelry. And they're trying to throw it in the fire. It's great. I love it.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call.
Okay. So
You stupid. Hey, why did I get yelled at when I made my poop joke forever ago? But you couldn't do that.
because I know you'd get a laugh out of it.
Stupid, dumb idiot.
That's me. So, yeah, it's a trap. Thanagarians are invading, and they're trying to capture Wings, Shaira, because she
Hot
betrayed.
girl.
Yeah. What?
I said hot girl.
Okay, well, you can call her that. I'm not going to. Because she not only betrayed Earth, but she also betrayed the Thanagarian Empire, too. Wow.
Wow.
You go. It's your turn. I've said my...
Oh, that's all you wanted to say?
I mean, I'll cut in later.
Oh, okay,
But-
sorry. I didn't know we were going to trade off that quickly. I super blanked out again.
It's not too much of a... There's not too much to cover.
There's,
so
there's not a lot of episodes, that's fair. Well,
It is kind of a filler.
essentially,
episode-ish.
yeah, the whole point of the episode is to troll you because you don't want to be watching it. And also kind of prove Shaira and stuff. So, the thing
Prove
that's
what?
interesting, or not prove, show just more people coming to terms with Shaira who did betray them, but now is kind of in, like, she's treated as a...
Social purgatory.
as a founding member of the team and stuff, like, so it's one of those. It works really well in a lot of ways. I like Vigilante as a character a lot. I think he's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You get to like hear some sob war stories, but well, not sob, but like you could hear like some of them talk about like, yeah, freaking, just some kind of normal people or normal superheroes. Were like, yeah, one day all of a sudden there's a ton of Hawk people all over our planet that are trying to take over, and we have to rebel against. Like, it was buck wild
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and like that was really neat. I wish there was it. You only have half an hour. I get that, but like, there's a lot of like them being like, "Nah, screw you. You're freaking one of them," and then they're like, "Well, actually, no, you're not really. Don't sacrifice yourself to save us, because you're one of us."
Right.
And like they flip flop with that a little too much, which I thought was annoying, but it didn't hurt the episode so much that I think it's a bad episode. Just a bummer.
It was something in there. So then, the three of them, Vigilante Vixen and Hawk Girl, run away.
Hot girl.
Hawk
Girl.
girl.
Hot girl. Dang it! I couldn't even do it with the accent. I said hot again. Dang it.
Hawk Girl.
Hawk girl.
Hawk. You gotta throw a U in there. Hawk.
Hawk girl.
Hawk Girl.
Okay, go ahead.
So the three of them run away because they're just like, oh, we can't win this.
Have a giant power struggle.
Yeah, so they run off and they try and hide, and Shaira uses her espionage skills to run and find down solo members of the raid force to take them out. Well, take them out, air quotes. She doesn't want to hurt them because they're her people, but at the same time, she doesn't want her friends to get hurt, and so there's kind of just doubt on both sides about who she's loyal to. Then Vixen gets caught and pretends to betray. Well, she betrays Shaira, and it's just like, I'll tell you where they are if you take me to your ship.
Well, she fake betrays Shaira. I don't think she ever had intentions to.
They don't reveal that until later.
Yeah, but like even as a kid, I was like, no.
I wouldn't put it past her. I thought she was legit doing it.
For real?
Yeah.
That would have been actually, I think, a better episode.
Yeah.
If she was like, nah, screw her.
Because I was thinking, okay, so is this how they're going to get rid of Vixen? So that, because like in the past when they went to the future, we saw that Green Lantern's child is also Hawkgirl's child. And so, so I was like, okay, is this how they're going to take Vixen out of the picture? Is she going to like betray the Justice League and then get kicked out or die or something? So yeah. And then they didn't do that. She was just pretending. Turns out she's actually a goody two shoes friendo.
Coward.
Yeah. I guess I'm a coward then.
For being... Yeah, me and Karsten are cowards because we're friends.
Science. Okay. Yeah. So then Vigilante steals the alien spacecraft because that jumped a whole lot of space, but it's really not... There's not a whole lot going on. They're kind of just running away and fighting here and there. So then the next big point is Vigilante steals the ship after Vixen tries to hijack it, but that doesn't work. So then she starts fighting the head honcho of this raid squad, and that ends up moving to outside of the ship. So then Vigilante sneaks in, and he's just like 1600. No, he's like 1800s cowboy slang. Why doesn't this work?
Dude, that's one of the most clever things I've heard written in a long time.
His lines are brilliant.
It was real good.
I didn't even catch what he said, but it was brilliant.
I want to... I'm sure I can find that clip on YouTube. It was so good.
Newfangled something. Can't it just be as simple as riding a horse? Why can't people just do things the good old-fashioned way and make things simple?
Yeah, it was all of those in like one really, really quickly spoken sentence. It was so good and
like
funny.
1800s cowboy slang kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was real good.
So he tries to pilot the ship, and it doesn't work too well, but he's kind of getting the hang of it. And then, so then Shaira's just like, I'm going to turn myself in, because that's the only way I can get you guys safe. So she turns herself in, and they have, the Thanagarians have Vixen, and Shaira's just like, if I turn myself in, you gotta let her go. And she turns herself in, and they let her go, they let Vixen go, but they literally let her go and drop her. And she falls to the ground from like thousands of feet in the air. But fortunately, Vigilante is able to pilot the ship skillfully enough that he can catch her with the ship. So then they kind of just drop in on the Thanagarians and fight them and punch them and kick them, and then
they take their ship and leave.
Take the ship, and then they just kind of leave with Shaira, and then yeah,
it ends with
it's a troll episode that doesn't really do a whole lot.
And
Vixen
talking about
they're becoming friends now, so they're friends now, and they're kind of just talking about
Green Lantern.
Yeah, behind
and
his back.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
that was a really fun scene, but. Again, this was a troll episode. Let's hurry up and get to the one that's phenomenal.
The one that actually matters. So now we get to Flashpoint. So we cut back to Huntress, Superman, and the Question being stopped by Captain Atom. And Superman's just like, not on my watch, and fights Captain Atom. And it's great.
Yeah, we've said this so many times. And I was listening back. We just say, it's really good. It's really... And like... Because I don't know how else to say
epic.
It. Like, it's really good. It looks good. It feels good. It feels sad and dramatic because, again, it's two friends
fighting. Emotional weight, yeah. It carries emotional weight.
There's a lot of gravity to it. It's, well, I mean, not a lot. They're flying, get it? Yeah. But there's a lot of gravity to the things that are happening, like late game in this show, and you really feel it. And the music and everything works very, very well, and it's very sad but emotional. It works so good.
And the cool thing is, like, while they're fighting... Huntress is like kind of dragging the crippled Question along with her. They're trying to escape, but while these two groups are doing their two separate things, you can like see when the camera's focused on one group, you can kind of see the other group like in the background trying to do their thing.
It's so good.
So like
it's choreographed so well.
So maybe like for example, at one point when Huntress and Question are hobbling out, you see like Superman and Captain Atom fly past the camera, like across the screen, doing their fight, or like when it's focused on Captain Atom and Superman duking it out, dropping logs and stuff. Then you can see Huntress and the Question like
kind of hobbling, down
on
the
the
corner.
floor, hobbling down a hallway or something.
Like there's a part where Huntress is trying to
open
a locked door and she can't get it, and Superman gets thrown through a wall, and they just go through the hole in the wall and stuff like.
And she's like, "Well, I guess that works."
Yeah, the whole layout of the sequence. The sequence, I guess, not that long. It's maybe 3 minutes.
But it's good.
It's really good. It. Dude,
almost
it's
as good as the Winger 16,999 Swiss Army Knife Giant.
It's so fun, and this is a very good. Like, I used to say this is a good TV show for what it is, and that was Marcus being a coward when he would try to tell other adults or adults.
No, it's just straight up a good TV show.
This is a good TV show, and I will argue with people because I think this is a good TV show.
Okay, so, they managed to make it back to the, okay, well, basically, I almost skipped over this part entirely. Superman basically beats Captain Atom to within an inch of his life, pretty much. And
then the military tries to take him, and he says,
and he's like, hey, back off, he's still Justice League.
Stop! Back off!
Back off, I could blow you up with a single breath. Yeah.
Frozen.
Yeah. So then he takes Captain Atom back to the Watchtower along with Huntress and the Question, and the Question reveals his face to Huntress, which apparently is a big deal.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that to anyone.
It's for the first time, and it's just really fun. You find out he's a ginger. Also, Question's face is messed up.
Well, it's because he got punched.
Oh yeah, I'm saying like but like the way it is animated is good, like of him because like
you can tell that he got beat up.
His jaw's broken clearly. He has a block. Like dude was in a fight.
Swollen.
Yeah, it was really good.
You can tell he took some hits. Then Superman starts talking to like the Seven, and you can tell he's starting to get really mad about what's going on with Lex Luthor and all that stuff.
And then there's just an amazing scene of dialogue
where Green Arrow's just like, listen guys, maybe the government's right about this. You guys are really powerful, and me as a normal person, I'm scared of you guys.
Yeah, so it's like, and like there's a lot of people talking. So there's Superman, Supergirl, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Flash, and like as they're all kind of throwing in, because like all of them have different standpoints. Even like the ones who kind of agree still like are on the fence or to less extremes and stuff, and they're all kind of talking and and there's a part where it's really well done where essentially like Supergirl says something along the lines of like, you think the government's right for doing that? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
And like, so in my head I remembered this backwards, and I think it's better the way that it happened and not the way I remember it. In my head I remember him saying yeah, and then kind of backing down like, no, we're the good guys. But I like the idea of Green Arrow being like no, I don't agree with. I do agree with it, I think, though. Like, who's gonna stop you guys if you really kind of, like... And it's really, really good, because, like, Green Arrow's like, no, we might be the bad guy, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, we might be the problem here. Mm-hmm. And stuff, and that's really good. And it's fun, and, like, Flash is good, and a little bit funny, but also, like,
He's trying to lighten the mood, but
yeah, he's funny, and not like let me tell a joke here. He's funny in the, like... Superman's tensions are very high, and if he goes off the rails, he's gonna go smack down a bunch of boys and girls, like in the government and stuff. And he's like, no.
Maybe that wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, so like he's like trying to cut tensions rather than being dumb.
Yeah. So then, but then that gets cut short because all of a sudden the Watchtower's defense system kicks up and it starts prepping its jumbo mega space laser to fire off. And everyone's just like, oh no, what's happening? Turns out Lex Luthor hacked into the Watchtower, and he's activating the targeting system and the laser remotely. And so Martian Manhunter's just like, oh, okay, I can fix this. So he goes over and he basically just destroys the computer. And the Watchtower's just like, okay, time to pull up the backup systems. We're going to fire this laser off anyway.
And that's when, in this, quote, children's TV show, unquote, because it's not that,
They straight up nuke a populated city.
It's not a nuke because there's no radiation and stuff, but
that would have been better.
Yeah, they use a weapon of mass destruction on a populated city, and you watch it happen, and you don't see, like, people
You don't see
dying.
any dead bodies, but from the area affected, people died.
People died.
Hundreds of thousands of people died. Well, maybe not hundreds of thousands,
And
but
you also see the effect of, like, people, like, there's panic in the city. It's very good and also really sad. Again, another thing in this show that shook me as a kid. Dude, and there's a really good scene of Flash wanting to be a superhero, and it's really,
just
really
like,
good.
listen, you guys can bicker and argue all you want. I'm just gonna go do superhero stuff.
Yeah, and then
you can't stop me.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, we're gonna, like, we can't really teleport people down. He's like, I'll take a javelin. And they're like, we can't open the doors to the bay. He's like, there's a lot of people with super strength. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna go help some people on the ground.
And you can't stop me.
Yeah, he's like, we.
Then, like, I can't
A
remember.
weapon of mass destruction just went off. I'm gonna go help.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. And then we kind of get an idea of what the government's big picture is here, because we cut over to Amanda Waller, and she's talking to Professor Hamilton, and they're like, she asks him if their army's ready, and turns out this whole time they've been prepping a clone army of Ultimen, and Galatea's been recovering and training this whole time to be better. And Amanda Waller asks, "Are they ready?" And Dr. Hamilton's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Execute Order 66. Let's get those clones in there."
That's not what she says, but that's essentially what happens.
Yeah, it's essentially what happens. It's not. I took some artistic liberties there, but basically, she puts Galatea in charge of the clone army and sends them all into action, and the episode ends there on a cliffhanger.
And it's so good.
It is, and I'm cold. I don't know why your basement is so freezing.
The late game of this TV show, I've gone on record, it's not an all ages show, I've gone on record as saying that Heroes Season 1 is the most perfect season of TV. I think that's still true. I think that the last half of Justice League Unlimited is the perfect distillation of what a TV show can be. Of an all ages show. Because I think they're different. But like the use of filler episodes, the use of trolling people, but like also everything matters in somewhat and has lasting effect. Late game in the show, everything they do feels like it has gravity, and like the gravity of the situation only escalates until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Another good thing about the show is they thought they only were going to get one season, so they wrote this show as if like they were swinging for those fences, because they're like, oh, we're not going to get to do another one, which I think they pulled out all the stops, which like works in its favor. I think the show is so good. I think that like I couldn't describe to somebody how much I love TV and the storytelling that TV can do. Like, I don't think I could put that into words very well. I cannot articulate that. But I think somebody watching, like, the last 12 episodes of Justice League Unlimited, they could see what I would want to explain to them.
Right. It's
everything
it's beyond
I love
explaining.
about it.
It's good. It's really good.
Dude, this is.
I wish we could do it more justice than just saying it's really good, because it's
is
so much better than we could explain.
This is my favorite TV show ever made.
It's probably God's favorite TV show too. It's that good.
This is my favorite. Like, it's,
you get up to heaven, that's all that plays on TV. Last 12 episodes of Justice League Unlimited.
It's so good. I wish there was a better way to say it. That it's good. I love this show. It's good, but it is. And that's gonna be next week's episode. Spoiler alert: the next two episodes where we're talking about more Justice League Unlimited, it just gets better.
Oohing and ahhing about how great it is.
Hey, it's really good. It looks good, and it's voice acted well, and it's plotted well. Like, everything about the show works and is good.
We can't do it justice describing it.
Yeah, like, more than ever.
Even if we were like professional,
I would recommend
Just watch it, dude.
You watch the thing. It's so...
If you can find it anywhere.
That's fair. It's harder to find.
You have to
buy
purchase
it.
a physical copy.
Oh yeah, it's annoying. That's gonna do it for this week's episode of Tune In. I want to thank you guys for listening.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it means a whole lot. Like and share, because it means... I know I say this all the time. It means more than you think it does. It helps us out more than you think it does. Mm-hmm. Liking, commenting, sharing, all that kind of stuff helps a lot.
The algorithms and analytics and stuff that go into it is more complicated than even I understand.
And Carson's the smartest person maybe on the planet.
Bruh, that's a lie.
Nope. I don't recall stuttering, Karsten. So, we also have
you
some
don't have
merch.
to stutter to be wrong.
Did I stutter? We have some merch links up on the website for WackMatters. So you go there. We got some cool T-shirts. We got a black and a gray T-shirt.
Get some sweaties. It's really cold down in this basement. I need a sweaty, bro.
Yeah, Carson needs to get a sweaty for next week.
My toes are numb.
It's only gonna get colder down here.
Yeah.
We should get We should get some slippies.
Some slippies.
Some slippies.
Don't slip up.
So WackMatters.
Might have to edit something.
Yeah. No. So. Yeah, thanks for doing this. Subscribe to PewDiePie. At this point, we recorded a little bit in advance, so let's really hope T-Series didn't take over. But hey, even if T-Series took over, still go subscribe to PewDiePie if you haven't. Funny channel. I like the guy a lot. Yeah, so just tune in next time.
Thanks for listening to the podcast that we produce here at WackMatters.com. Just in case you didn't know, we have a lot of different shows running right now. There's Life's What You Rate It, where me and my brother Mark rate everything on a scale from 1 to 10 that exists in the entire universe. Toon In, where Marcus and his friend Karsten talk about cartoons and their value for people of all ages. Of course, Whack Tracks, where me and a bunch of friends make commentary tracks for whatever shows or movies we might be into at the time. And our newest show on the network, The Music Matters, where my friend Trevor creates a discussion around all the matters relating to music. If you'd like to support the content we make here at WackMatters.com, please go to WackMatters.storeenvy.com and check out our merchandise section. We sell t-shirts right now, and there's more merchandise to come. Even if you don't want to buy a t-shirt, there is a donate button at WackMatters.com that you can use to support the content that we already make and to help fund creative ideas for the future. Additionally, this podcast is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial with Audible.com where you get to listen to a free audiobook of your choosing and can continue subscribing for an awesome audiobook content subscription. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/WackMatters. We love you all and hope you will continue checking out the content we make here at WackMatters.com. Have a great day.